Hey everybody.
Can I see who comes in or I can't still? I'm gonna see who's in the chat.
I don't think you can.
It's all good though.
We're waiting for you guys to come in.
Okay.
Hi.
Hey y'all. Welcome.
I'm over here working technology too, so
Multitasking.
right. Hey everybody.
What's up, y'all?
Hey y'all.
Hey y'all.
What's
Thanks
going
for
on?
joining.
We're gonna wait till a few more people get on.
Okay.
What's up with everybody though?
Yeah, how y'all feeling?
I miss my music. Hold on, we need some vibes.
Mm-hmm.
So quiet. All right, I'm ready.
Mm-hmm.
Hey y'all.
Welcome, y'all.
All right, so we have a very special episode of Live from Philly tonight. We're going to be interviewing our host, Briezy. So tonight, you guys are going to find out a little bit about her and, just a little inside scoop about what she has going on. So, really quick, we're going to do our intro and then we're going to be right back to do a question and answer. Hold on, y'all. Hey, everybody.
Hey y'all.
All right, what's up? Thank you guys for tuning in to Live from Philly tonight. If you guys are just tuning in, I will be interviewing Briezy tonight. So we're gonna start off with her question and answer because I want to get right into it because
Okay.
that's
Nothing wrong with
just my vibe.
that.
Okay, so we were just talking the other day, and you have some new things going on. I heard that you have a new LLC. Can you tell us, like, what's going on with that?
Yes, so I have a company called Divine Essence. I did just get my LLC, so I'm very grateful for that because I just wanted to get the legalities out of the way. But Divine Essence, the last time that I interviewed on here, I was talking about that I do tarot readings, and at the time I was going under Finding Soul Tarot. Now I've changed that to house all of my spiritual, services under one name, which is again Divine Essence. So um, I'm gonna be having, my doula services under that, as well as my readings, my divination, and some other things. Like I'll be getting into candles and soaps and things of that nature as I go along too. So very thankful.
So, like, what got you started into that? Like, what kind of like veered you into that, to that like spiritual thing or like being a doula?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what got you into that?
It started off honestly a spiritual journey. It's hard to define when that starts. I would say that it took a turn for me and started to become more defined over the last year or two. I've been reading tarot and oracle for about 2 years now. So I kind of started off with that, and then astrology, as some other people get into it as well. And then as far as my doula services and being a doula, last year is when that really became like a part of my purpose because I started doing a lot of research on or really, I started seeing a lot of videos first. Like, it was a lot of videos going around on social media about, the mistreatment of Black mothers in the hospitals, um, the infant mortality rate, especially just like how Black people aren't really listened to and they don't always have advocates, when they're in hospitals. And that's something that I wanted to be a part of changing. So, and I also just saw a need in our community for Black women, especially, to have that support system when they are bringing new life into the world. So, I did take my doula course with Black Doulas Association. They are based in Atlanta. Because of COVID, we had to do a virtual class, but I'm technically trained right now. I haven't taken any clients yet. I'm hoping to be able to do that soon to complete my certification. And from there, I'm working on some other things too, like lactation counseling, to help with breastfeeding, placenta encapsulation, which can help with breastfeeding, and also the snapback, and other things too. So it's a lot that I'm working on with that.
Wow, that's a lot. So I was talking to my sister today, and she was saying like how she wished that she had a Black doula, for her pregnancy. And so like, how can we find you, more easy? Or is there like a website we can go to, or do we email you?
Yeah, so I'm working on that's my next big thing. Actually, I want to do a website launch. I'm hoping to be able to do that by the end of the year, but I don't want to rush that because I want it to be a certain way. But I am working on the Divine Essence website for now. I want to say I'm not technically ready to take doula clients yet. Right now, I'm still open for tarot and oracle services. I'm hoping within the next few months I'll be ready to take, some doula clients, because there's some other legalities like contracts and things I got to get in order before I start taking on clients. But for right now, if you guys did want to reach out to me, you can always hit me up on Instagram, also on Twitter under the same handle. And I do have an email, divineessence444@gmail.com. You guys can always reach out to me there as well, and I'll give you more info.
That's what's up. Okay, so I want to get into, well, actually, no. So tell us like a little bit more about like your tarot readings. Like if anybody were to get a tarot reading from you, like for instance, if you ever gotten into that, like sometimes they're like about love or just maybe like about career or something. Like explain what your readings are and how people can get one.
So with tarot reading, and honestly, it gets a bad rep, I feel, because a lot of people are, they get into like the whole woo woo thing with the tarot, and they feel like it's like evil or they're scared of it. And I always tell people to just come when you're ready and when you have an understanding of what it really is, because the way I always explain it is it's just simply another form of communication. Like, if you pray, if you meditate, if you go on walks and you just release stress, it's the same thing. Like, when you get a tarot reading done, I'm literally a channel, a messenger. You come to me with an inquiry. Um, I don't know, like, am I going to get this new job? Or, what direction should I go in with my career? Okay, so you have a question, you come to me. I'll have my cards, I'll read the cards based off of not just the meaning, but my own intuition to interpret the message that's meant for you. So, a lot of people do. It ranges. People talk to me about love. People talk to me about friendships, career. It's a wide variety of things you can ask. And I'm not opposed to it. When it comes to love readings, I don't always want to focus solely on the partner, because I feel like you as the individual, we got to figure out what's going on with you so that you can attract the right partner. But yeah, you guys can feel free too. I am currently, I'm always open for readings. So if you guys are interested in that, you can hit me up at, it's actually a link in my bio on Instagram. It's a link tree that I have. You hit that link, it's the second box. It should say tarot and oracle readings. You guys can go ahead and book me there. And again, come when you're ready, come when you're open to receive. And also, don't come expecting a message that you want to hear, because you will likely just get a message you need to hear. That's that. Yeah.
Okay, I feel that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so next on the list, we have Art Trap House live from Philly. So, for the people who don't know you, maybe you could explain to them like how you got involved with the Art Trap House and how you became the host of our show from Live from Philly.
Sure. So to go way back, I want to say this was 2017 when I met you at the Rec Philly show, and I was getting body painted because that's really how I got introduced to the art world. An old friend of mine, she's a great dope artist, Nebulous Claire. She, we worked together outside of the art world, and she asked me to be her body paint model one day, and that just became our thing. I was always there for different shows. And at this particular one, I met Asia. She was like, hey, she was just so nice. She just came up and she was like, can I take a picture of you? I'm like, sure. So she took a picture of me. We followed each other on social media, and that was that. And I remember, what was it, 2 years ago when you came into the Philly show, you invited me back out to do, to get it body painted. So I came to that, and the show was just like, as I say on every, live from Philly, the vibes for the Art Trap House is just very like raw, very, it's just a light of different friendly energy. Like everybody just feels like a family, it's people from all over the world, like people from all different states, and I like the energy there. When it comes to live from Philly, in the middle of I would say right before quarantine, you came to me, you told me about the idea you had about the Philly E-Way show once a month, going to be hosted at Open Space. And I don't necessarily have a whole bunch of hosting experience, but I was down to do it because it's like, it's Asia. I know I can do it. I was a little nervous at first, but I'm like, I know I can do this. It was one of those things I'm like, this is something that I wanted to do. So I had to get out of my comfort zone. And then, COVID came. So we had to, had to be innovators, and we just you came up with the Live from Philly show, and you're like, hey, we're going to host this show twice a week, on Instagram. And I was like, cool. I'm still kind of nervous about it, but after a while, I feel like it became like a well-oiled machine. We just kind of started to adapt to the changes. It definitely started to take off way faster than I even expected, and that's a great thing. But so far, I would say that this has definitely helped develop my communication skills and just my public speaking skills. I feel a lot more comfortable in front of the camera. So it's been a great help, and it's developed me a lot too.
Yeah,
So
I can see like I
yes,
can see how much you've grown. I can see like just it looks so awesome. Like y'all might not be able to see how much I've grown back here because I'm like in the back, but I see Briezy every episode just growing, like learning. She takes constructive criticism well. Like it's just been really, really great to work with you, and I don't know. I just love it. Like it's just been a pleasure. Like every game you tackle it, every script you do is just like awesome. So, I appreciate you. So thank you.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate
Yeah.
the whole crew. Everybody's great. I love y'all. Just a big
Yeah,
fan.
our whole team is awesome.
Yes.
So next on the list, do you have any hidden talents?
Any hidden talents? Hidden talents. I feel like a lot of people don't know that I can sing a little bit, and I hate telling people that because then everybody be like,
Like,
"Oh,
can you sing?
I don't want to sing." Like my closest friends, like one of which is watching right now, they know I can sing a little bit. I can carry a little tune. I be trying to downplay it, but I can sing a little bit.
I want to hear it.
I've also dabbled in painting. I really want to get more into that. I gotta get some more canvases. What else do I do? I think that's like it. I mean, I think it's not much of a hidden talent because I do have a journal that I put out. I haven't written in it in quite a while actually, so I need to get back to that. But I'm a writer also. I write a lot, um, and that's about all I can think of. Oh, I like to dance too. I dance quite a bit. I took quite a few pole dance classes. That was a lot of fun. It's a full body workout.
Dancing is so hard. I am so weak. Oh my
It's
God.
a full body workout. Like
For real.
I give them dancers.
We went for our coaches retreat and I was, yeah, no, I could not.
Yeah, it's a
I'm
lot,
so
but
weak.
it's very fun though. It's fun. So
Yeah,
those
it
are
was
the
fun.
things that I don't put it on blast, but I do in my room, or from people I've been around for years.
Wow, you good. Okay, so we know that you model and you take really beautiful pictures. So like what got you into modeling? And I feel like your modeling kind of goes hand in hand with the body painting. Like it just oh yeah, and I've seen you model like some clothing too. Like tell us how you got into like being like any brand ambassadors. I also know you have a lot of like earrings and jewelry and
Yes.
stuff from, people. So like tell us how you're getting into like your entrepreneurship. Tell us about, all of it, the modeling,
Mm-hmm.
everything. Because you have like a ton of stuff. Like
Yeah, I do.
you have a
I
ton of
sometimes
stuff
I
that
feel
you
like I
do.
don't really know what to touch on first, but modeling has always been something that I want to say I've been interested in. I can remember it started when I was like around 13. Everybody was watching America's Next Top Model, and I admired Tyra so much, and like that's when I started saying, "Oh, I could be a model." And then you get the comments when people say, "Oh, you're so pretty, you should model," blah blah blah. And I did my first photo shoot around like 2014.
Mhm.
And I can say that I had to like really get comfortable in front of the camera. uh it was definitely a lot that I had to get used to. So I took a break afterward, like after maybe 2 years of modeling on and off, to kind of get my bearings and to also trying to find the kind of model I wanted to be. And also in Philly, like when it comes to photographers and things of that nature, I've had my fair share of experiences with some like creepy photographers, perverted guys, people who
Yeah, I
scam you out
know.
for money, um, like all types of stuff. Like you name it, I've experienced it. I've had like photo shoot set up and I get to the address and it's like a regular house. It's weird stuff that goes on. Like, and as a woman, you have to be very careful with that. So it's a lot of things that caused me to stop for like maybe 2 years.
Mhm.
Um, but I do have plans on getting back to it. I have a lot of different concepts and ideas that I want to start putting together. I've also learned that I don't necessarily, how there's like runway models and editorial models and stuff like that. I don't feel like I fit into any one box. I feel like when I do photo shoots, I just wanted to have a meaning behind it. Um, and I feel like I'm very eclectic with all of my stuff. Like I don't feel like you can really define me too much to a T, you know.
Mhm.
Um, but I did get into like my body paint modeling. That was a big boost for my confidence too, and my just like being bold, because that's something I didn't even have to think twice about doing. When she asked me, I was like, sure, that sounds fun, because I'm very spontaneous too. So I
Mhm.
was like, all right, did that, and it just like introduced me, like when I started going to art shows, I'm like, oh my god, like I'm like finding my people. Like that was like when I started feeling like comfortable and meeting a bunch of different people like yourself and all of my other associates, and it was a great time. um and what else did you ask me? I think that was it, just about the modeling and stuff.
Yeah, just about like yeah, your modeling. So for the people out there who may be going through like some hardships or like challenges, was there ever a time where you were faced with a challenge, where you wanted to give up but you didn't give up? Like maybe in your career or just like on your journey when things started getting hard, like, what what did you do? Like I know that you're like a very spiritual person, so
Mm-hmm.
what types of things do you ask for? What, you know, just what does that look like for you to heal or to get through something?
Yes. Well, to answer your question, absolutely, I have had plenty of moments when I wanted to just like for example, like with the modeling, like when I experienced a lot of hardships with photographers and not feeling so confident in myself, I did want to just like, when I took those years off, I was like, I'm not gonna model anymore. It's just not really for me. Like I felt like I was letting people say, "Oh, you're so pretty, you should be a model." I feel like, well, that's not enough for me to be a model. I felt like I needed to take time to learn to love myself and appreciate myself more, because I'm very critical too. I'm like my biggest critic. So sometimes when things don't go exactly the way that I want it to go, I'll be like, "Oh my god!" I think I said that was what we were talking about before. It's like I focus on, like, if it's a problem, I'm like, "Oh my god, the problem," and there's other
Mhm.
people who be like, "Oh my god, okay, solution." So now I'm trying to be like, I'm trying to integrate everything.
Right.
But one thing that I have done recently over this year that has helped me greatly is definitely trying to meditate more. I still have to work on making sure I do it more often, but meditation helps a lot with grounding yourself. As you know, I'm very much a nature girl. I'm always outside. I love being outdoors, and that, especially with quarantine, that has shown me how much that helps me. Like, it clears my mind. I feel like a whole reset. Just it's like a reset button when I go outside and I come back in. It's like I feel like renewed.
Mm-hmm.
So being out in nature, meditation, prayer. I do have an ancestral altar set up. So, I speak to my folks, I lay my problems out there. And I'm just trying to move in a more intentional way. I feel like when you move in an intentional way and you don't focus so much on the little things, you have more good things to focus on.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just being intentional and knowing that challenges are not stop signs. They're just like, maybe revise or rethink certain things. And I can say I really hate having to revise and rethink things because it's like, no, I wanted it this way and this is how I want it to be. But I'm
No.
learning.
I bet a lot of us feel like that right now just because it's, we're in the quarantine and it's like a lot of stuff is just not going our way. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So we just have to like stop. I've been hearing a lot of people say like they want to quit. And I'm just like, you really shouldn't be quitting. You can take a break, but don't quit. So I don't know. I know I asked that question because I've been faced with some challenges right now as well, just not being able to like host. So I know a lot of people are going through it. And I just wanted to tell everybody like, you're not the only person out here that's going through an issue or a problem or things that are just like, just not going your way. Like a lot of things are not going a lot of people's way. So we just got to figure out how to get through this challenge.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the fact.
it's a crazy time, guys, but I mean, I agree with Breezy. Just stay positive and stay focused on the goal and keep being creative and trying to get there.
Just keep doing something. Stay productive.
Right. I know that networking. I like networking.
Mm-hmm.
So next on the list, I want to know who your favorite poet is.
My favorite poet. The
Hmm.
first person that comes to mind is Edgar Allan Poe, and the reason why is because he just, I don't know why, from a young age, he just like, I'm like, oh my god, like his stuff is just so raw and just like really emotional, but at the same time very simple. And
Hmm.
I don't know, like I don't read a whole lot of his stuff, but that's just the first person that came to mind when you said that. And also, I feel like I resonate with him a lot because he also talked a lot about crows. And I
Hmm.
always, whenever I see a crow, I know some change is coming, or something is dying off and something new is starting. Um, so yeah, I bang with Edgar Allan Poe. I bang with him heavy.
Oh my god, that is funny. I like Langston Hughes,
Yeah.
Maya Angelou,
Mhm.
Nikki Giovanni. I like Shel Silverstein. I don't know if you ever like read one of
He
his
wrote
books.
that Giving Tree book, right?
I
Shel-
think so.
Yeah, that was my John back in the day.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't. I've read Maya Angelou stuff, of course. I don't know why I didn't think of saying her, but he's just the first person that came to mind. Um, and I'm trying to think. I feel like it's one other person I'm not thinking of, but it'll probably come to me later. But yeah, yeah,
Yeah. I'm ready to go back to hosting shows
yes,
so we can hear some spoken word. We need to get some,
yes,
spoken word people on the show.
yes. I'm down with it. That's something that I might get into in the future. Because I feel like I said, with this show, it's helped me with public speaking more. So
Mhm.
I feel like that'll be another outlet.
Yeah.
But I'm a very go with the flow person, so I'm gonna let that come as it wants to come.
I feel that. I feel like Live from Philly really has like helped you a lot, just from the beginning till now. Like you're just so much more confident, and I just love
Yeah.
that. Love seeing that. It's so dope. For real, y'all. Y'all don't even understand how like cool it is to watch this it's like watching your baby grow. Like it's really, really, really cool. And I'm just sitting back here like any other time I would be, running the show or whatever, making cool things. But right now I just wanted to, be very present with Briezy, and this is my friend, my girl. So,
Yes.
you know. Our last question is going to be what was one of your favorite shows growing up as a kid? Were you like a Cartoon Network or like Disney or Nick?
To be honest, I was all of that. But if I had to pick one, dang, what am I gonna pick? I guess I would say That's So Raven, because that was an era for me. Um, and if I had to pick like a cartoon, I'm gonna say Powerpuff Girls or Sailor Moon, because they my girls. Um, and then like I'm a sitcom girl too, so I'm like Family Matters, Good Times, Sister Sister.
Ooh.
Yeah, all of those. I'm a sitcom girl, so yeah, in Living Color, uh, Martin, Fresh Prince, all of that. I named
Ooh.
so many that you didn't ask for.
I am late, you guys. I'm putting you guys' comments up. I'm sorry.
Hey,
Usually I would be the
oh,
person
y'all live.
back here. Hey,
Live.
everybody. Hey,
Yes, Sailor Moon, my
Timo.
girl. I
Hey,
was actually in here
Timo.
watching that the other day, so on Hulu, y'all.
Hi, everyone. Let's see, I'm going through everyone's comments real quick.
Yes.
Baby.
Hey, y'all.
All right.
Come on and Live in Color. You already know.
You already know. Okay, so we have a little time for some hot topics. And right now, I feel like there are a ton of hot topics that we need to talk about, right? So,
Let's get into it.
yeah, let's get into it and get the tea. So, everybody out there who's watching, you guys feel free to comment your thoughts, and I will post your thoughts on the screen. And yeah, just let us know what you think. So, first on our hot topics is going to be Magda Stallion and Tory Lanez.
Girl.
So,
What the heck?
allegedly,
Like, what's going on? Like,
for
I don't get it.
for the people out there who don't know about the story, right? Um, Meg was shot in the foot by Tory, right? While she was trying to escape. I don't even know what was going on,
Like,
but she posted something on her Instagram that said that it was like the intent to like hurt her or harm her.
right.
So I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. There's not enough tea about this story right
It's
now. First of
not.
all, I hope Megan's okay.
The thing that's so confusing is just like, okay, so you and Tori are cool. Now you guys were with the Kardashian Jenner family.
Mm.
Then you guys are exiting from them. And then this happens. You know?
So are you thinking that there's somebody like maybe like Kylie did something?
I don't know what's going on. Like, I agree that it's not enough information to really come up with a conclusion. I feel like they have to definitively say what happened. Like, yes, Tory shot me because this. Because the only thing that we have is that Meg got shot. Tory had the gun. Like, we don't know. There's too much. But one thing I will say that I've noticed, like, and we laugh and we joke about certain things, but one thing I will say is that I don't appreciate how many jokes people were making about Megan. Because when it comes to women being attacked or being in harm's way, especially when it comes to that from a man, I feel like people take it way lightly, and they always think, oh, well, what was going on, or what did she do, or what made him do that. We don't know, but the thing is that it happened. She was hurt. And it was also like it took her to say, I'm really traumatized by this. Like, y'all laughing at me, and I really gotta heal. Like that, I felt for her in that moment because nobody should have to be like a traumatic moment that everybody knows about. Now everyone's laughing at you, and then not only that, but Megan doesn't have a lot of family around her. Her parents are both gone. Her grandmother is gone. So she doesn't really have. I mean, she has her friends, and I don't know who else is there, but like she doesn't have a super strong support system. So I want to get the facts so that I know who I cannot support, because like Dream said, like I bang with Tory, I love his music, but I'm not gonna be supporting him if he did this to her, or if it's something like maybe it was an accident. Like we don't really know. I mean, she said it was a fact, like that he really intentionally wanted to hurt her, but it's just like, why though? Like I don't get it. I just don't get it.
What's going on?
I don't get it.
Wow. That's a weird. Well, I don't know what's going on, but I definitely do agree with you. I definitely felt for Meg when, she made that post, and just thinking like how she doesn't have any family. Like I thought about that too. And I just felt like, really sad about it. And first of all, it shouldn't have happened in the first place. Like if there was like an altercation or something, I'm sure that could have been avoided.
Right.
Let's see what we got.
There's nothing like dating someone from Houston. It brings out the sicko in them dudes.
Absolutely.
Now I know. Thank you for letting me know.
Absolutely.
Get shot in the foot, okay? I don't know what's going on.
Were they at the Jenner's house, or were they at Meg's house? So they were at Kylie's house?
Well, yeah, they were at Kylie's house. And that's another thing. Like, I don't like speaking on them too much, but I'm just going to say that anybody that associates with that family, nothing good comes from that. That's all I'm going to say. And it just is not ironic to me that this happened right after they left her house. And then she posted a photo the next day of her foot at the beach saying life is beautiful. It's something weird. And I'm just going to say, I'm going to leave it there.
That is weird. Okay, guys. We're going to go on to the next topic because there's a lot of juiciness to get to. And I have a lot of juiciness written down. Okay. So, let's see. I want to talk about Will and Jada.
Oh, girl. That's I forgot about that almost. The entanglement.
Yeah, the entanglement. So I really didn't get into that just because I just didn't feel like it. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like to be in that drama right there, it just took a lot of energy to like keep up with. Like it was just like more and more and more. Everything just kept getting uncovered, and I was just like, oh my God, like this is too much. So but I did see all of the memes and stuff like that, and it was crazy. I saw a lot of people saying that August was wrong for, I guess maybe talking about his pillow talk, and then then Will and Jada had to sit down at the red table and talk about it, and like that was just crazy. Like, and then what I just feel like good Lord, that's none of my business,
Yeah. Well, for one thing, I was like, well, what? Am I like the only person or one of the very few people who always knew about Jada and August? I've been knew that they had been together.
I mean, I didn't know that they were in an entanglement. Like, I genuinely thought that she was helping him get over his sickness. But, for years, like, they always said that Jada and Will had an open, marriage.
They do, right.
I mean, I don't know what to believe unless I hear it from the horse's mouth. Like, I have no idea.
I feel like, like, yeah, like you said, I've always had, like, I've known that, Will and Jada have an open marriage. And I also knew years back that her and August had, dealt with each other. Mm-hmm. My take on what just happened, when it comes to August, I feel like, I mean, you got to look at it too. Like, they're all in the industry, so they're getting something out of this. So it's no surprise that he dropped the single right afterwards. It's no surprise that Jada brought herself to the red table. It's like, it's always going to be something for the public or something in it for them. But I do believe that, he shouldn't have, I don't know what caused him to want to speak on it now, but I do feel like Jada, being the age that she was compared to his age, did take advantage of him. She did explain the place that her and Will were in that caused her to be entangled. But my thing is, like, you're how much older than this young man, and you're supposedly being there for him while he's sick and while he has no family, and he took on his 4 nieces. He got a lot going on. And you mean to tell me that you got entangled?
Right.
Entangle, sis. Just say that he spoke on y'all situation and you did not expect for him to do so. And as far as Will is concerned, I feel like he was just annoyed that August spoke on a situation, and you can't keep your side pieces quiet because Will's side pieces ain't said nothing. So, we know who people know who that is. So
sips tea, sips tea. I
don't know though. I will say that I look at Jada Pinkett very differently following this situation because I feel like she's not somebody who takes accountability. She dances around accountability and she tries to use a bunch. She's like a female T.I. Like she uses a bunch of fancy words and terminology and I went through this and I did that. Like, like trying to like make it seem like she went on this whole enlightening thing just to say I was messing with this nigga and he talked too much. Just say that, just say that, because
y'all are silly in these comments, man, for real. Okay, so I think we had enough on that subject. All right, let's talk about Kanye West. Okay,
that's
so
his family. That's his family. What I just say, y'all, nobody who is associated with this family is normal. Everybody's lives are ruined. They go mentally insane. They get on drugs. Like they die. Like something always happens. So
like Kylie and Travis not together. Chloe and Lamar. Y'all, I'm sorry. I'm just like gossiping today. I don't gossip like this, but I need to spill some tea, okay? But no, like nothing seems to work out. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. And as everybody knows, like I'm a really huge Kanye fan. So I love his music. I love everything down to his fashion, just him being an entrepreneur, all of that. And I've been loving him for like years. And now, I mean, just like gradually seeing him like go through these stages of just like grieving or, needing his mother some extra support or whatever. Like it's just been really tough to see somebody like that you care for or that you're a fan of or that you look up to going through that. So for me, it sucks.
Yeah, I feel that. And a big part of me has always had a heart for Kanye in that area because I know when he lost his mother that really changed and broke him. I just feel like him being involved with, his wife and that family just was even more of a detriment to his mental health. And it's just like, again, though, everything is always has an ulterior motive because what did he do right after that whole rant on Twitter? He said that he was about to drop a project. You always got to look at the bigger aspect of things. But I will say that I think that Kanye is very mentally ill.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he needs a lot of professional help. And I personally believe that his family and his wife does not really care about that. I feel like they hide that a lot and they ignore it because if they were active in helping and supporting him, he would not be in this state. So yeah, I don't know. I feel for him though, and I hope that he eventually does get the help he needs. But I be remiss if I didn't mention that I feel like that family has a lot to do with his state of mind also.
That's really sad because I really love Kanye. I love him as a creative. I love man,
it's a shame. It really is sad. It's sad to see.
It's just sad to see somebody that great, just
yeah.
I mean, I don't even know if he's going down. Like, I don't even know how to comment on it. Like, I just hope that whatever it is, he's able to get it checked out. Because I'm not trying to, place no judgment or diagnose somebody, and I'm not a doctor. Like, right. But
Sumo is cutting up in these comments.
he is crazy.
Yes, little booties matter, yo. We all matter out here.
All right. So, I guess, did you have anything else to say on Kanye for president?
Kanye, I thought I was never going to take that seriously. If he ever was our president, that I would be more scared for that than Trump. And I'm so serious, because he wouldn't be the president; it would be his wife and that family. And that's just not something that I feel should happen. But then again, who knew Donald freaking Trump was ever going to be our president? So anybody can be president at this point. I'm not a big person to speak on the government at all because I'm one of those people that doesn't really care too much about that because I know, like people say that our voice matters, but our voice really doesn't matter as much as people would like to think. There is always going to be higher ups that control the end all be all, and we just here. So I feel like you just got to live your life the best way you possibly can. The smaller elections and stuff in your city and your state, sure, but the big one, the president, it's not about us. It's not about us. It's they always chose. They chose who wants to be president. They know who they want in power, and it's not going to ever be up to the public. So that's just my opinion, though.
Listen, so my thoughts on Kanye, just to sum it up, man, I watched the entire live. I was very sad, you know, just there was some things in there that he was talking about that I just did not agree with, certain comments, you know, and I just was not a fan of that. And I was just like a little bit disappointed, but then I was just like I felt sad but a little, you know, disappointed. I was just like, dang, like this is Kanye West. Like he's supposed to go out there and represent. Like he has all this money. Like it just made me sad, man. It just made me sad because I really like am a Kanye fan for real.
Yeah. And I know all y'all are feeling. I'm a fan of old Kanye. I'm just not a fan of this Kanye.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's it for everyone. Like,
yeah,
we're all maybe so. I don't even know. But thanks for chatting with us. You know, on our hot topics.
yeah.
So, oh my gosh, Nikki's pregnant.
Say that again.
Nikki's pregnant.
Oh yeah, she is.
Are you like a Nicki or a Cardi?
That's a good question because I feel like at this point, I used to say Cardi, but I don't feel like I'm a bigger fan of either of them. I don't doubt their musical talents, especially Nicki, and what she's contributed. I don't care for her too much as a person. And I feel like the type of person she is greatly displayed in her fan base and the way that they are. Because I feel like her fan base, especially when she's at odds with somebody, they are very, very nasty bullies, especially on the internet. She's very quick to throw her fans, you know, like they're guard dogs at people, as opposed to just like, you know, just being acting her age and just knowing that there's gonna be other women coming into the industry. You know, it doesn't take away what you contributed. But I also feel like Nicki in the past has not honored the people who came before her in the best way, and you know that speaks a lot on her. But you know she's always gonna be Nicki Minaj. I still bang with her music, for the most part.
Right.
Cardi, I love Cardi as a person. I just feel like now Cardi is more of like a performative person. Like, you know, like the higher ups use her because they know she has a lot of influence. And I don't know. I mean, she has yet to put out a new project, and I'm sure she will soon. But in my opinion, until I hear something new, I just don't know how long her style of music and how she raps and stuff like that is going to last. Another thing about Cardi is everybody uses writers. Everybody uses writers, but I don't like the fact that, you know, she's just made it so clear that she's mainly in this genre for money. You know, she's not really an artist. Like, she doesn't like care too much about her lyricism or like what she's talking about, as opposed to just getting money and getting paid for it. So that's something that makes me, you know, lowers her on the scale for me. But yeah, they still cool. You know, still cool folks.
So, like, are you feeling Megan Thee Stallion then? Like, do you feel like a lot of growth for her?
Yeah, I love Meg. I love City Girls. I love it's a lot of female rappers that's coming up. People talk about Saweetie. I like Saweetie. I do feel like she should stray away from doing so many samples because I feel like she um, she weighs too heavily on that, and that gets her the attention because people recognize the beat. You know, instead of it being, oh, this is Saweetie rapping, no, people was banging to your joint because they recognize the sample. You know, so I want her to. I hope that she, ventures out and starts putting out more of her own stuff. But she's, she's
So do
gorgeous.
you like her? No, she is gorgeous.
Yeah, she's
Um,
gorgeous. Like,
do you like her music? Cause like I like sometimes try to get into her music and I just like can't. But I'm like a really big fan of hers because I love her for her fashion,
yeah,
her makeup looks, hair, her edges,
on
and,
point, right?
all of that. Like she's just like
She's like an it girl. Like she's
yeah,
like, yo, like I like you look at her, it's like, are you real? Like, is that really your face? But
right.
I do like I being with Sweet. Like I like that joint she put out Tap In. I like her music. It's just like again, it's like all right, but I want to hear you. Like I don't want you to rely so much on other people's music. You know what I'm saying? And City Girls, they my girls. You know, they is my girls. I love them.
They keep it real.
Everybody needs a little mix of the ratchet. You know.
Right.
And Meg can really rap, which is what I love her. Like, she writes and she can really rap. Like she'll rap circles around all these other girls. So I respect her for that. Um, Rhapsody is another one who can really rap circles around a lot of girls, and she doesn't get a lot of notoriety because she's not, she doesn't have the quote unquote look, that some of the other younger girls do. And who else is coming up? You heard of Flo Millie? She's coming up now. I like her. She got
Maybe I have. I don't know.
She just recently started like getting more notoriety, but she's dope. And I feel like there's somebody else that I'm forgetting, but it'll come to me. But yeah, Sweetie cool, Oh, Tierra Whack for sure, and she from Philly, so we gotta represent our own. I love
Followed
Tierra.
her a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Who does my hair? I did my hair for this quick little quarantine look.
Ain't your hair always laid, yo?
I try to keep up, man. So let's see. Let's talk B Simone. I haven't got to talk about that.
Girl,
So,
girl.
so
Yeah,
do
what's your
I
take?
mean? So okay, so I wanted to talk B Simone, and I also wanted to ask the question: what does it take for someone to be canceled? Like for B Simone, what if her team really made a mistake?
B Simone, I'm just gonna start off by saying that her style of comedy and like the whole internet comedian thing was never my wave. Like I feel like she and I'm not hating on the black woman getting her money. I love that she's out here. But I don't like that, in her videos she was just it's so loud. Like you're just yelling, you're screaming in the camera to make yourself funny. And then the role that you're playing in your comedy, you're not really about that in real life, because when it came down to it during quarantine, during what was going on in our community, she's over there trying to tell people to pray and what would Jesus do, and then you in the videos talking about dealing with hood niggas. So it's like, and then just like how she just seems like she's one of those people that when she gets some money, she gonna switch on you real quick. And I feel like reality is gonna hit her when she sees that her actions are gonna come back. I mean, with her book, that little magazine that was coming apart that she was selling to people, it says a lot about your brand when you see the type of material that people put out, and then the way that she carries herself. I feel like her team, it seems very juvenile, or just like very like, I don't know. Like I don't think she has a strong team. To be honest, I don't.
Woo. Okay. Well, y'all, that's the tea. Some Briezy, the real tea.
Yeah.
Because I never even, thought that deep into it. Like, I was just always like, well, why cancel her? Like, maybe, I'm a CEO or something, so maybe, me and my team made a mistake. Okay, that's a really big mistake, to plagiarize. What was it? Was it a biography?
it was basically a in of sorts. Like she was telling people a book about how she manifested her life that she's living now. But like the book was flimsy, it was coming apart. It was very light. It had like a magazine type of feel to it, and it was like I forget how much it was, but it was not worth what
It
she
was
was
like
charging.
$30, I think I saw.
Yeah.
Now, I can say this. Maybe she rushed her project. And
Mm-hmm.
what happens when you rush, because she was like on that, road to get to like $1 million or something like that. And so if she's trying to get to $1 million before a certain date, she was probably rushing. That she was probably like, we got deadlines, we got to get this stuff out. Like, I know how that can be, like,
Yeah.
deadlines, and then her people are like, oh, I don't know where to get no, information from. Like, let me go look up this book, and then not go back and tell her that, you know, they took from this book. Like she thought they wrote
Right.
it. I really can't judge the situation. As far as like her videos, my take on it, her videos is just like the actor that she portrays, or like, I
Yeah.
don't, you know what I'm saying, like who gets her money, who's funny or whatever, her character. So um I don't know. I mean, I respect her for her hustle and everything. I just guess I look at it in a different way. It's just
Yeah.
like we all kind of mess up. We all kind of go through different challenges and stuff in life. And unfortunately, hers has to be, broadcasted. So it really doesn't make it a lot easier. Um, I've always felt like she was, came from humble beginnings, which was the vibe that I got. So, hey, I don't know. That's
Yeah,
just
I feel like
like,
yeah.
because I mean, I can see how everybody else looks at it though. Like, oh, she's wrong, you know.
Yeah. It's just I feel like the whole cancellation, the cancel culture, I feel like it weighs heavily on how you present yourself. I know that people can make mistakes. I feel like in order for you to really be canceled in my book,
Mm-hmm.
you just it's something that you'll show about yourself that reveals that you're not really who you portray yourself to be, or that you kind of you're kind of half-assed being who you really want to be in the public eye. For her, I feel like she got canceled because, like I said, like she was portraying, like you said, and it's true that she's acting. Comedians, they do make themselves funny to get laughs,
Mm-hmm.
but just the very big difference between that and then what she was saying while the uprising was going on, it just was I don't know, it just didn't, it wasn't a good look. And then the book was not a good look. Then it was already like falling apart, and then we found out that she plagiarized it. Then she's talking down on 9 to 5. It's just like she don't know how to, you know, filter how she speaks. I feel, and that could be a learning process. That's something like Ari Lennox too, because she had to learn too. Like you got to stop talking so much when you're in the
Right.
public eye.
Right.
But it's an adjustment. I mean,
Yeah, that's what I was about to
regardless.
say. It's got to be an adjustment, because like
Yeah,
nobody ever knows, like right when you get famous, like how to exactly be famous and be perfect at it. There's
yeah,
going to be a lot of lessons, and it's going to be hard lessons. But you chose to live this kind of lifestyle, and you're just gonna have to take it as a lesson and turn it into a blessing. And I just feel like, people just got to take a look at their life before they go canceling somebody. Maybe you need to be canceling yourself because you are trash. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
it is a lot of people out here that are not famous that don't do right by people. Like, we're trying to cancel these celebrities, and they've already worked so hard to get to where they are, or whatever. I'm not saying that that excuses any type of behavior that they're doing, but at the same time, they've worked there, they've gotten there. Like, let's at least give them a little cushion. Give them a
Right.
little grace. We're allotted grace. Let's give them a little grace and just be like, okay, they're human. Let me relax a little bit. That's how
Right.
I feel about it. But some people are all for the she's canceled.
Yeah, I feel you. I try and do my research first before I cancel people. Who else got canceled? Daniel Caesar, you know that singer?
Mm-hmm.
Because he was trying to be all kumbaya with the whites.
Oh
I
my
feel
god.
like he just was, I don't know. It was like wrong place, wrong time, you know? But black people, we're ruthless sometimes, we can be ruthless. So, yeah, I don't know. I do agree that cancel culture, You should
It's
allow
just a bit
people to.
much.
Yeah, like Doja got canceled, but I don't
Yeah.
think she's really canceled.
I mean, I still like her stuff.
That's another person. I don't even want to take up too much time, but I really do not bang with sis. I just don't.
You don't like Doja?
Huh?
You don't like her?
She's a done bun for me.
Ooh.
That whole situation with Doja Cat and those chat rooms and the little half apology she gave on Instagram, and then she went and took back the apology. It's just, I do not care for that girl, and I know that she may have some things that she needs to address within herself that caused her to act a certain way. Like a lot of people were saying that, you know, her father was the black one and he wasn't around, but it's like, okay, that's not our problem though. So it's like, no offense, it's plenty of people that have dealt with that and they aren't going around allowing white people to say nigger or allowing white people to degrade her and then saying that, you know, she doesn't like being black, but she's okay that, you know, she's at least okay with being light skinned. And then talking about her hair and how she hates how nappy her 4C hair is. And it's like, obviously there's some self-hate or something she needs to work out, but I feel like, you know, I can't support somebody who obviously you play on your blackness for the money, not because you actually want to. Doja got a Doja. Doja got a Goja.
Yeah,
for real though, you won't hear me banging none of her music on City Girls. That they my girls, but that song they got on her, I skip right past her part. I don't play. She ain't getting no space from me.
So you said the dope. The dope.
Oh,
Gotta go. Let me see. What else is on my list? So we have Pop Smoke's birthday. His 21st birthday was yesterday. So I just kind of got on his music not too long ago. It was kind of like a little bit before he passed away, and then I wake up and then I see him like on my timeline, and I'm like,
yeah. It's sad. I'm actually, it was like that for me too. I just was put on to his music right before he passed away, which is kind of eerie to me too. It's like, dang, like it's like we've experienced a lot of death in the celebrity, you know, world. And I feel like his death it hit people even if you weren't a huge fan of his or knew about him, because it's like, yo, he was so young. He had a lot of potential, and he was ambitious. So it's like, it's sad to see his interviews now and how ambitious he was and how much potential he had to succeed, and now it was taken from him, unfortunately. But yeah, rest up to him though. I hope he's resting peacefully and that he's transcended in peace and love, and I wish his family a lot of blessings and peace too, because that's a hard one. I didn't know he was even that young, like until his birthday, like you said. I didn't know he was 20. Like, I knew he was young, I didn't know he was that young. So yeah, that's a hard job.
dang. It's just been a crazy year this year, so I guess maybe that's where we can end it. We're definitely gonna have to pick up here another time. But you guys, we do have some really cool announcements for you. Live from Philly this Thursday, it's gonna be our entire staff, and we're gonna have two special guests. We're gonna have Cooking with Cordell. You guys saw his interview, and we're gonna have TB Too Funny. Both of them are from Charlotte, North Carolina. They're going to come on here and chop it up with us, play some games. These games can be something that you play at home with your family. We make these up with our team. So it's like really, really fun. So I hope you guys come back. I think we got a couple of views tonight. Hopefully we got a couple of shares. If you guys are watching on YouTube, make sure you guys are smashing the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing to our channel and sharing. Once again, thank you guys so much for joining Live from Philly with Asia and Briezy.
Hey, y'all. Thanks for joining, y'all.
All right, you guys, have a great night. We'll see you this Thursday.
Good night, y'all.